Hey, and welcome back to my Stardew Valley min-max guide using the Skull Cavern method. It is Sunday the 21st, and we have some chores. We gotta knock out, you can see right there as I'm prepping my inventory that the kale is done, so we gotta scythe that out. That's all part of the cycle of crops I was telling you about in previous episodes. Basically, it's just enough to get to level 6 farming before we have to plant starfruits on the 1st of summer. So today's kale will probably get us to level 4 farming. And one more batch should get us to level 6, which is what we'll need for the quality sprinklers. We got to knock out some smelting as well. I believe because we have some iridium ore left over. Maybe I just threw that in my chest already. Yep, so the 123 iridium ore. Also, something that I really want to get is the golden hoe for the summer crops. It's just going to make life a lot easier, and I'm trying to get around 500 starfruit in the ground the 1st of summer. So having that expanded, I believe it's 9 tiles for the golden hoe will just make planting, especially around quality sprinklers since it fits so nicely, it'll make planting those a lot easier. We're ramping up our smelting as you've seen there. Basically, we're limited by how much copper ore we have. And I knock out the, there was a single space that wasn't being watered. That was kind of annoying. Every morning I would have to just grab my water real quick. At least it was right next to the chest and water it myself. But now I can make use of those quality sprinklers I found in the Skull Cavern. One of our better treasure chests. I believe yesterday we got 2 iridium bars from a treasure chest and took a pit, took a level, and 30 minutes later we got the quality sprinklers from another treasure level. So that's pretty nice. It is Sunday, so I hope I remember to bring my jade to sell to the desert trader for staircases. And basically, we just ran into Pierre's to sell some odds and ends. And then go up to Clint to get my axe back. It's now the steel axe. We're going to sell some odds and ends as well. And we're ready to get the copper hoe. So that'll take a couple days. And when we go back to Clint, we'll immediately upgrade to the steel. And then immediately upgrade to the gold. Having 2 cauliflower is great. Planning 2 specifically. One is for the bundle, and then that one I just gave to Jody because she gives you several hundred gold for that quest completion. And it's not very hard to do, so I usually go ahead and do that. Now I need to figure out how much money I need for my last kale batch. It should be in the 70 something, maybe 79. 79, there we go. So with 12 gold left, I have all the seeds I need. There's no need to sell the rest of that kale. I'm also kind of running low on foods for energy. I've been using things like the salmon berries and chubs in the mines. So we'll run over these real quick. It looks like I'm planting the more difficult method by, clicking on every single square. If I just hold my cursor a little further away from where I'm walking and hold down the right click, when I walk over any of those hoed areas, I'll be able to plant kale. So I have two kale. I either can't find the spots or I counted wrong. But there they were. They were hiding. There's always like this, like, oh shoot, did I miscalculate? Did I do something wrong? But then you're convinced, right? You pause and you're looking at your sprinklers and you're like, no, that's the right setup. Oh, my nose is really itchy today. So it's good. We did that correctly. I only used one of the quality sprinklers. I have the other three. That's just because I don't need to use the quality sprinklers if I already have enough in the ground to get to level 6 farming. So 2 o'clock on a Sunday, and we're heading to the mines. And I forgot to trade the jade, but I'm running back. So did I remember? Yep, there we go. You know, I have enough stone at this point that probably wasn't necessary. But just in case. That bomb was pointless. Killing that slime was pointless because there was a ladder. Now, I don't know what day one specific achievement comes up. If it's today, we'll see it eventually pop up in the bottom left, but there's a Monster Slayer achievement for killing enough serpents. I forget how many it is, but the reward for that, I believe, is the napalm ring. And until, you know, I don't really have interest in crafting crafting an iridium band. Luckily, I fished out my first one. I don't necessarily want to do that. And like I mentioned earlier, the burglar's ring is the ring that I really want, but it takes too much time to farm up, right? Killing 500 dust sprites could take several days. So the napalm ring is the next best option. It's not necessary, but I want to talk about it because when you get it, you can do some cool things. What I like to do is, if you're not familiar with the ring, basically when you kill an enemy, they explode. And they basically act like a little cherry bomb. So what that means is when you kill them around rocks, they also break. That kind of leads to some fun play where, you know, I'll run around, especially with like iridium bats. I'll run around to iridium ore and then kill them on top of the ore. So it's saving me swings, right? And breaking things more quickly. And it's kind of fun to just like position yourself, you know, like, okay, there's a serpent flying at me. I got to position myself behind some rocks, hopefully 3 or 4, and then, you know, hit him in the right spot to get those rocks to blow up. I'm baiting those mummies just into that area because there was a good amount of rocks. So bait them in to kill them or to knock them down, right? They crumble apart, and then place the bomb so we can get those solar essences. It looks like I'm still doing a mix of mega bombs and regular bombs. If I could, and I only have 6 solar essences, so that's kind of the bottleneck for mega bombs, but if I could, I would like to use those exclusively. Another thing I noticed watching my videos early on, I do get better at this, but I take way more damage than I need to from my own bombs. And early on, that kind of matters just because I don't want to, you know, I'm bringing kale into the mines, but I don't want to eat. I want to eat as little of that as possible. So if I can limit my damage, then that's just more crops to sell. And usually it's frustrating because I'll walk away from the bomb, but I'll only walk like, you know, I'm just 1 tile too close. And I know you have to play to get a feel for that. And these are early runs. I'm trying to get down quickly so I'm not hitting as much gold ore as I really should. But in hindsight, you need gold ore, right? We're crafting mega bombs. We're going to be crafting things that need gold bars. So it makes sense to go out of your way a little bit and at least hit those. I was looking at the footage. We just got a. It's kind of rare that the lava bats spawn, but when they spawn, it's a whole floor of them. I kind of ignored them. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend you kill them because you need those bat wings, right, for lightning rods. It's something I talked about when I was in the mines, and something that I didn't account for early on. I I think I sold some bat wings when I really shouldn't have. $12.20. We're at level 43. It's not a bad run. This is tomorrow. It's going to be sunny, and this is a good humor luck day. So not the best luck, but for a half day, getting down to 45, it's not bad. You really want to get past 50 to start getting iridium bats and more iridium ore. I think in my next playthrough, if I do this kind of style, I'll try and consolidate some of those chore days so I get more full days of skull dives. Cavern skull. Skull cavern dives. But there we go, level 4 farming, level 7 combat. And we're moving on to Monday, the 22nd. If you're doing the math, we have... since I do 2 days every episode, we have 3 more episodes after this. And I've been having fun. This has been cool to watch through and kind of explain the process. I'm excited to show you the results. And I won't leave you hanging on how... I am still playing this file. I won't leave you hanging on how everything turns out. I'm not exactly sure what those videos are going to look like. I do have everything recorded, but I think it makes the most sense to kind of do a finale after these last 3 videos of spring to wrap things up. We can kind of go over how I thought the run went. We can go over some numbers. I like numbers, and see, you know, what kind of accomplishments and milestones we reached. But then really I'm thinking maybe that video is just gonna have highlights of all of summer. Maybe it'll turn into like a half-hour video or something where I can just show, you know, how much starfruit I get in to the ground. With the agriculturalist perk and the deluxe speed grow, I get, you know, 3 harvests. So how much are in each harvest, right? I'm going to try and build on each harvest. Unfortunately, there's some predicting there because of when you can buy deluxe speed grow from the desert. It's on Thursdays. So this coming Thursday will be my only opportunity before summer day 1. So I'll kind of have to estimate how much profit I think I'll make after that, basically between that Thursday and summer day 1. And also, there's an even larger prediction, which is you need to buy deluxe speed grow for your second batch, whatever you're adding to your starfruits, by the first Thursday in summer. Now, your starfruits aren't going to be ready until until after the second Thursday of summer. However, unfortunately, there is the luau on the second Thursday of summer, and that's an awesome treasure chest, crystallarium, and I get a pit from one of the rocks there. That's perfect. We're diving okay. 1050 in level 24. But yeah, the luau really messes things up, which means you kind of have to. What I do is I end up calculating how much each run I've done is based on how much iridium ore I get and average prismatic shards. There's some other things I'll roughly guesstimate, and I just usually make some Excel spreadsheets to see on average how much I can make in a day. with iridium ore being worth 300 each because you smelt them into the iridium bars. And then based on that, it's like, okay, how many days until the second harvest? After that Thursday that I buy the deluxe speed grow. And boom, math, magic. I will give a little bit of a spoiler. I'm very impressed with how much starfruit I end up with. And I have posted, I think I did a post on Reddit just with the total haul of starfruit. I am happy with how much I make, but after learning everything I've learned from this run, I know I can do more. 7-level pit, that's great. We're down to 46 and it's 2 p.m. So good time. This is, if I didn't mention it already, it's a neutral luck day. I think, pretty sure. I have some cliff notes over here. Yep, neutral luck day. I should put my cliff notes on screen. It says day 22, and usually I bullet everything out. And I talk about the weather and the chores and stuff that I want to do. No, this one has a single bullet. It says day 22, neutral luck day, and there's just nothing else there. That's okay. Not doing very well on solar essences. I just picked, or I'm going to pick up 2 here, right? So I'm only at 3, which explains the regular bombs. Still can't make up my mind on whether I want to always fight the enemies or not. There's just a lot of things to consider. But what we do know is bats are good. I can't remember if we've found any battery packs yet. It is kind of a rare drop, so fingers crossed. What is that level? Level 67. I think I'm just looking for some extra iridium ore if there's any. Purple mushrooms are always good to pick up because it's just kind of that free energy. I didn't kill the bat there. Future me is scolding past me for ignoring the bat. I really still like to slay those. One thing I don't think I'm prepared for is once I need to start farming the battery packs. I'm not exactly ready to do that because I need the warp totem to summon the rain totem, I should say, to summon rain. Because once you get a thunderstorm and you use a rain totem on that day, then it will also thunderstorm the next day. It's the only way that you can guarantee thunderstorms. So basically in summer or fall, once you get a thunderstorm, you can just keep those thunderstorms going throughout the rest of the month. And the longer you stay up in game, the more chances of lightning striking. So you never want to go to sleep early during a thunderstorm if you're trying to harvest battery packs. But let me look up at the rain totem. I know I need truffles because I need truffle oil. And I also need foraging level 9 and 5 pine tars. This may be a year 2 kind of thing. I can find rain totems in treasure chests, and I believe I do eventually. But the foraging level 9 will take a while to get to. Truffles, I need a lot of pigs, and they won't produce truffles in winter. The pine tar, I'm also I'm going to start an oak farm to get oak resin for all the kegs to make starfruit wine. So I don't really want to waste copper bars on tappers that go onto pine trees. There's a prismatic shard and a couple solar essences. We're looking pretty good here. I'll think on that the battery pack farming. Another option is later on once the runs calm down and during winter, every Friday and Sunday going to the traveling cart. I try not to utilize the traveling cart just because it's RNG, it's luck based. But you can reliably get some battery packs from there. It's not like super rare. They can be kind of expensive, but you know, this run's all about money, and we are gonna have plenty. So they are kind of expensive. Most importantly, I think it's more rare, but sometimes they spawn in quantities of 5. So on a given day, you can actually buy 5 from the traveling cart. All of those batteries are going to be used for crystallariums. We're going to eventually do iridium sprinklers, but once Krobus is unlocked, you can buy iridium sprinklers for 10,000 gold a piece every Friday. You can only buy one, I believe, which is unfortunate, but that means battery packs that aren't being, we're not using those for iridium sprinklers. We get to use them for crystallariums. And the crystallariums, the end game, have a bunch of diamonds going. We're gonna have sheds and sheds full of crystallariums for diamonds and jade. So we have a lot of staircases. But we pass out, and there's the level 10 mining. That's the blacksmith perk that we needed. Those iridium bars are now worth 50% more. We have 166 iridium ore, crystallarium, 4 prismatic shards. So that was it was pretty good today. In the next episode, we can look forward to a little bit of Skull Cavern still. Now that we have the blacksmith perk, we can start selling all those iridium bars, which is great. But we also have to start prepping for summer. There is going to be a lot of farming involved. We do have to kind of finagle that gold hoe upgrade in at some point. So if you like this, or if you have any comments, please feel free to let me know, and I'll definitely reply. So thanks for watching.